Lou, traders, welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all. Beginning of the week. And it's still a blizzard, a crypto blizzard. But I get it, man. I get it. Crypto didn't crash today, so... Is the snow melting? No. It's still falling. You just don't know. I mean, you get days like this. 4 hour on Bitcoin's pretty interesting, I guess. Completed it an M shape. This was an 88% retrace from this low to high. A massive engulfing candle off of that. 12 hours of selling, but then 16.2, you just engulfed. And why it's interesting is because there's this one time back around, I think it might have actually been Thanksgiving of 2020. I know if you were a market participant, you remember Thanksgiving of 2020 very clearly, because remember the massive pullback Bitcoin and altcoins received that day. I know if you were involved, it was like November 26th. I mean, that was it, dude. Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your turkey sandwiches. But that's the low that got put in right there. November 26, 2020. I mean, is that the actual date of Thanksgiving? Is it always the 24th? Thursday? I don't know, man. I just remember, like, right around then we were pulling back. So that's what held, and that's what you've just held again. Like, you broke back above it, you pull it, you're back testing that support, you're engulfing on the 4 hour, and that's where you are. So the buyers have defended a level that exists from history. That's it, though. I mean, there's nothing looking left, though, beyond that. It's where you are. So fine like a fruit fly, I would say, right? Can you hear the music at all? I know you can hear the blizzard probably, right? But we need a little bit of both, okay? Oh, you're wondering about the green in the upstairs foyer? Those are Aurora Borealis, pretty much, right? That's the green. That's what it... Like, we're pretty much really high north. It's a blizzard. It's not good, man. All right? So that was my thinking on the green. A little bit of green. Shift up the colors. New music, eh? How about now? Is it okay now? Can you hear it? So I guess we found out today that Alameda, Caroline, Ellis, or whatever, what they did, right? Like the crypto crash this spring. And they, she used people's funds, the FTX users' funds, to repay debtors, the money they had borrowed as Alameda. And so it is like, we now know, like, it's so Ponzi, like beyond Ponzi at this point. And they would do exactly what Madoff would do, right? Trying to just get funding, and Google was one of them, their CEO. I think they were requesting $17 billion of money from Google. And it was weird. Obviously, they didn't go for it. But I'm just saying, like, it is almost textbook Enron and Bernie Madoff at the same time, right? Yeah, so that's it, man. That's your 4 hour. So that's the most interesting time scale. Daily, terrible. Weekly, awful. Just the 4 hour. Huh, man, there's a level back 2 turkey sandwiches ago, and you're holding for now. So what's this engulfing candle going to manifest into? I don't know, man. Maybe 17.5 again. Whatever. But let's go to the daily so you can see it. Nothing's changed at all. I mean, just because you held a Rudy Poo support one day and you didn't even do anything, just huge indecision candle, it means nothing. So like 4 hour, kind of cool story, bro. But then the daily, like, not a cool story at all. Just par for the course of, once this level gives way, you just go down to the next levels, and it's a lot lower, 20% lower than where you are right now, I believe. I mean, the pattern completion zone's 22% lower than where you are now. So So what do you think? Do you think 16.2 will hold? Because we already had the poll, right? Is it 20K next, or is it 14K next when we were around 18K? So now it's like, will 16.2 hold? I don't even know if we should do a poll on that. It's kind of like, you can see it on the daily too if you really want to look. I mean, it's just right here. This is it, dude. That's what you got going. Anyone got anything to say? All right, show yourself, chat. Don't get wrecked. 4-hour engulfing, daily trash, weekly still trash. But it has to start somewhere, right? I mean, that's you. All right, so you get when you go, like I looked at it on the daily. This is the first time I'm bringing it up really today because we're watching it hold. But if you go to the weekly, it doesn't exist. It's not a support here. That's why it's really not a big deal, because you can't. When you take out all the noise, it means nothing. Straight line up, it could be straight line down. I don't care if that really holds. You can't even, doesn't exist here. So that's why you think lower in time, even if short term a rally happens to continue to reset the oscillators or something. Guess we'll see. Michael Burry, it was disclosed today that he has bought multiple assets for his portfolio. Maybe we can look at those today if you want to, because I looked at them and most of them have really compelling technical arguments behind them, despite whatever his decision is on why he took the long. You know, if it's fundamentals or whatever, the technicals certainly back up his purchases. Well, look. Jails, yeah, prisons, yep. So let's go to Ethereum. Nothing, I mean, it's the same thing. It was up a little bit. Holy crap. Whoops. Sorry, I got two of these on here. My bad. What the? So as you can clearly see, you never hit the pattern completion zone of the bat pattern. Not yet. Certainly no discernible edge at all on the daily. None. Nothing. There's bearish convergence here. You're in between 980 and 1420. So if it ran to 1420 for a formal back test on the daily, you can't be that surprised. That's what market participants love. They love back testing old inflection points as support or resistance before continuing, right? That happened July 26th, right? It broke it, then finally back tested it, and that's when you ran to go test another inflection point as resistance, and then you reversed at a potential reversal area, and you dumped, and then look what happened. You held that level, 1420. That's not a joke. Look, I mean, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. First of all, a couple times in history you regard it, but the first time it was the cycle top from 2018. So after you tested that, what'd you do? You ran to the next level, 1730, which we know 1730 is an extremely important level. How many times has it been used as resistance or support? Well, you couldn't sustain prices, so it was resistance and you reversed. And that's the time we start breaking 1420. And like, yeah, just that's what I'm saying. Like where you are, it's either 980 or 1420 next. If you're in the dead middle, thinking though eventually, whether it fails or not, I think we're gonna see $1,020 from here. You just gotta be patient and wait on it. All right, still in the downtrend for sure, unfortunately. I think Vitalik sold some of his Ethereum a couple days ago, didn't he? Like 3,000 Ethereums maybe. I don't know. Someone back me up on that. Okay, so whatever. We can continue on. Let's go to BNB, knock it out. This is a normal stream now. This is not a crazy crash stream or anything anymore. You know, everything's settled down for now. Like today was a settled day. There was no big moves or anything that's freaking people out. So, you know, you got BNB still below the 200-day moving average. There could be an argument for some Class C hidden bullish divergence if you held and you didn't reverse here. I just don't like an asset that's below the 200-day like that. I don't like that. One time you rejected a level, now it's the second time you rejected it. It's really the third time. My God, how many times are you going to fail before you run to the next support? And that's around 211, 225. If you're in the dead middle of two inflection points, okay, you could go to 330 first or you go to 225 first, depending on which way Bitcoin goes. So I think 225 would be your next target on BNB as the market sentiment continues to deteriorate, as the price goes lower, more stress gets put on all the market participants, including exchanges, and solvency will be tested. Have you seen some have bellied up and relented and capitulated, and now we've got Crow under the microscope, crypto.com, that they certainly say that they're solvent, everything's good. There have been a couple cases where transfer, you have a huge chart on the withdrawals. Let me show you real quick. I posted it in the general chat in the Discord. You should join the Discord if you're not in it. It's valuable, very valuable. I don't know, chat's so freaking lit though. I can't even find where it is, where I posted it. Good Lord, man. Kidding me? Wow, dude. Almost there. I don't know. I try to search for myself and my own things I post, and it never works. It just doesn't work, man. Okay, here, I found it. All right, let me pull this up. It's gonna be white like the snow for a sec. Let me click on. I can't use my Stream Deck anymore. It's broken. I'm such a worse streamer without my Stream Deck, you know? But if I focus, here it is. Oh, it's kind of cut off here. All right, this is your approved crypto.com, Bitcoin withdrawals and deposits. Blue would be deposits, red would be withdrawals. Certainly all-time highs. A crazy amount of Bitcoin has left crypto.com in the past week. You're talking well over, I mean, you're like 4,700 Bitcoins. So we could do the math on that, right? Let's 4,700 Bitcoins times what, like 16.5? So $77.5 million has exodus.
Thoughts on BTC CME 9K gap fill? It's the last gap left.
Is it the last of the Moon Boys? What's up, Smiley dude? Yeah, that's a target. You're so close to it now. I don't know why you wouldn't eventually see it. Yeah, just right here. I'll show you. Bitcoin, the futures, $11,111. I don't know why you said 9K. What are you talking about? 9? There is one at 9K, but did you omit this one? This is an unfilled gap. So before we can even talk about 9,650, let's talk about 11,111. Make a wish. You are only a mere, it's pretty far away still, dude. You're still 30% away, 31% away from filling the next gap below you. But yeah, just for the sake of illumination, we can put it here, right? Everyone knows now. Whenever you see a red dotted line on my charts, it normally, almost always means some sort of unfilled gap. So there you go. We have a gap that filled officially October 13th. It was an unfilled gap that goes back December 11th, 2020. You filled that 20% of the time, according to Bulkowski's research. A gap that is unfilled can act as support or resistance. It certainly did act as support October 13th for a little scrub rally before rolling over, and now you're just blasting through it like it was nothing, right? That could be the exact same case for $11,111. But 11,600's got to be tested first. You still got like 14K you got to go test. So futures not looking good at all. It's that same complex wave structure here. It's actually not even valid here. It's like worse than spot, because at least here, September 7th, Bitcoin made an 88% retrace on spot, but on futures, it made a 102%, 101% retrace. So far weaker on futures than spot, actually. Some of the wave structure. So it's like you're talking bearish canary stuff, which we know it's a joke, but it's like a stronger extension pattern. It gives more. You'd be like, hey man, if something's hitting an 886 and a lower high on C, that's really strong. 1618 only for the completion. But if you go beyond an 886 and do the same kind of wave structure, it's almost like on your histogram island when it's so bearish, like you can't even make positive momentum on higher prices. This is like Class A plus. We talk about that sometimes. So this is weaker than spot price. Crazy. Anyway, let's go to the quad screen.
Gentlemen,
If we can find it. If you're all having a wonderful Monday evening, hope you had a good day. Better than all these crypto exchanges or scams. Here it is. Should we play it, man?
I like turtles.
Of course. What else do you like?
Sam? Sam? Sam?
You don't really know. He's been tweeting stupid, incoherent bullcrap, trying to be cryptic like Elon, but it's not funny because you're a scammer, an actual confirmed scammer, psychopath, sociopath, loser, really overweight, ugly, inside and out, you know. And that same thing with the Alameda girl, like they are way uglier on the inside than they are on the outside, and that's saying so much because they're already so ugly on the outside. But dude, if you beauty's on, you know, it's within. Well, dang, dude, I don't want to see what they look like on the inside if that's the way they look on the outside. So Bitcoin, here's that, just that, you know, 16.2 level being held as support from 2020. Pretty interesting there. 60-minute. Top right's FTT, the scam token that of course is not at zero yet, but it's kind of cool because yesterday it was at 230, now it's at 156. So even on this little loser rally, this scam is still down 31.7% in the past 24 hours. I love it. So let's keep it going. Let's go another 100% and I'll be happy. But yeah, it's gonna happen, man. Bottom left is Solana, another joke. You know, hitting exceeding a 100% retrace. We were live when this happened yesterday. You never quite see all 1190. We know when that breaks, you go to $5 easy. Just hanging on. It's just doing exactly what Bitcoin's doing. When Bitcoin rolls over, these will roll over too massively. Just hasn't happened, and who knows, man, what this will turn into. Then crypto.com, again, just another joke, unofficial scam. I think we're gonna find out it is one. The more stress gets put on the smart, the lower Bitcoin goes, the higher the probability that Crow's gonna be caught and they're gonna get exposed, right? So with this one, I don't even, what was the 8 cents again? I can't even remember. This thing's just making like crazy low. I think it's just like
Next exchange in line for a rug pull.
what's up, what? Thanks for the 15. I mean, we're looking at it, right? I mean, crypto already rugged, though. I mean, it broke support, and TA was respected. Lost 30% of its value in 2 days.
been watching
Amazing.
Very/used. Please take a look. Rounding bottom 1 year.
Varus a TM, dude. We'll look at it. Thank you so much on 10 for the 20, of course. I appreciate the contribution. I'm just like, ugh, by the ticker. I mean, it's like Varia. It's nothing special, nothing different. We'll look at this useless project, okay? I'm sure. Hopefully it's just technicals. I can tell you fundamentally it's a joke. There are no fundamentals in crypto, really, at all. So, sure. So let's move on to XRP. That's up today, up 1.5%. Remember what we had? It's kind of interesting. Not that crazy, but it was an 88% retrace from the low to the high. 886. Sellers attempted to break it once. They've attempted twice. You know, today, you know, yesterday, there was a bullish engulfing candle without an edge. There's no seller exhaustion here. It's just, wow, your buyer's defending. Certainly defending this area, which is kind of makes sense because in 886, on top of a major inflection point from history, right? You know it is. It's a very, very real inflection point. And you know below that you go to 25 cents. So buyers don't want it to go to 25 cents yet. So they bought max bids at 32.5 cents and engulfed. So that's nice. Let's see if we catch follow through on that. That'd be wonderful. Let's see if this could do anything. XRP and then Cardano. Cardano, man, I get it. There's where you are. You just don't want to be involved with this asset till it gets back above certain levels. If you ever did, okay, we'll talk about it. 38.7 cents, but you're at 33.33, repeating, of course, literally cents, right? I mean, 3333 right now as I'm speaking to you. Lowest low of the downtrend that's been going on for a year and 4 months or whatever, year and 3 months. The lowest high before that. I mean, just nothing good about it. In the bearish control zone. No bullish divergence even on the daily MACD histogram. It's just miserable asset. I would never want to, like, if, you know, there's just so many things you could buy on different markets, whatever, that are more strategic, that make sense. This thing's just, if you look at an asset that's below key inflection points after a huge boom bust, and you're still in the middle of the bust, I just don't know how you could want to buy this. Like, what's in it for you? Like, the downside is massive, almost unlimited downside. Hey man, let's talk. If we get down to 10.5 cents, 7 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents, this would be a way more appropriate time to be talking about Cardano for long. Maybe it will show us something. It's just right now, I'm not really interested. I don't care what it does. If it breaks above 40, we'll talk about it. It gets above the, where we're able to talk about it. But until then, screw this asset. Okay, so whatever. Like, do we even need to look at the rest, dude? Who cares? I mean, Doge is kind of interesting just because, kind of like XRP, it's still here. It's still this pretty interesting development, and I know, like, people will laugh at me, but I'm looking at something that's happened where, like, it bottomed out, it made a low, then it made higher lows than that low, and then it ran and made a higher high than the previous high. Now it's sold off, lost 88% of its value from the previous low. Bullish engulfing candle on the 10th is above a key daily candle and weekly candle high close from 2021, above 7.88 cents. That's good. This is an active bullish engulfing candle. You're still above the 200-day moving average. It's actually probably the best looking asset in crypto right now for set up for higher prices. And I know that it's like, you can just go ahead and unsub to the channel. I get it, but I'm just saying, like, buyers are defending an 88% retrace. It is a complex wave structure that's complete.
Top buddy.
And I know it's going to dump with Bitcoin, but my God, look at it right now.
Rock on.
Like, this is the least bearish crypto right now as it stands. One of them anyway. Besides YFI, I don't even know what to say about that one. T-Mobile, Harry Contrarian, thanks for 20 dudes. Tater Tots, thank you for the Tater Tots. What? Saving my tater tots for after lunch, dude, for third, what is it, 6th period or something. So that's all I got to say about that on Doge. It's like, interesting. And then, like, say it like really starts pivoting and rallying again. Hidden bullish divergence on the D point, like, it's just there. Like, these are things that are real until they fail, and I know they very well could and maybe should, because Bitcoin, you know, looks like way more downsides. That means way more downside for Doge. But I'm saying at this current time, you can't really get mad at me for just pointing out what's happening. You can't get mad at me, man. Completed in
Doge future of crypto looks great. Let's all buy.
What's up, Bark Bark? Bark, I don't think you're being completely impartial here, right? Because you're a dog. So, again, it's just like this will so easily be destroyed when Bitcoin decides to mark down again. You get that? It's like, it's just for the sake of education, you know, the sake of just like investing in yourself. A lot of people every day, there's like new people are getting involved with harmonics and stuff like that. But you just got to get my reasoning why this is so much better than almost everything else in crypto. Cardano looks nothing like this at all. It's not even close. Ethereum might be in a way kind of like it because it's got an M shape, but it's not the same context. I mean, look at things like, hey man, how about Block? Does Block look like Doge, chat? No. Block looks like Trash. Block's going back to square once it, I mean, God, it's going to 0 roughly. What a joke. Does Dogecoin look like algo? No, come on. Remember what we were talking about? Doge put in a low, then it put in a higher low and confirmed that higher low, and then ran and made a higher high, and it's now lost 88% of its value from the previous low, and it's now making a higher low, higher high, higher low. Algo not doing that. Where's Brad? Oh, he's out there, man. I know it's like he's probably, you know, somewhere in the snow. I think we got like 8 feet of snow, so I don't, unless Brad's 8 feet tall. He's somewhere in the snow mountains, dude. Thank you, dude. Right, so you get it, like, there's just no comparison. Like, technically, Doge is impeccable compared to Algo and Block and, compared to GRT. Is GRT making higher highs, higher lows, and completing an 886? No, it's on its way to 1618, all-time low stuff, right? I mean, it's not looking good. They don't look the same. We are not the same. Gustavo Fring, right? Does Doge look similar to KuCoin? Nope. Looks nothing like KuCoin. These are all making fresh lower lows. Lows of the whole bear market, right? It did hit a 1618, exceeded it, but for this thing, I don't think it's I mean, God, it reacted. Like, I think it's going to $5 though. That's the only thing that makes sense here, really. But I'll tell you this though, on KuCoin's chart, this is a textbook Jesus candle. This is a textbook bullish pin bar. And you got follow through on a close yesterday. So I wonder if this bullish pin bar will actually usher in a reversal. This is a strong one. Huge wick, perfect body, very small wick on the top. That's textbook. We'll see how far it would take you on KuCoin token, whatever. Know your Japanese candlesticks. I mean, this is a big one, big deal. But does Doge look anything like Mana Coin? Oh my God, no.
Have you seen
37 cents? Is it the wrapped Bitcoin that they scammed on? No, down 100% or something because it's a scam? No, thank you. Mike Gale, people have been saying that. I mean, you must be like newer. People have been saying that all year, every day. So I don't even know, man, like what that even means anymore. Everyone's scared. Everyone's bearish, so it's going to dump. That hasn't prevented any of the dumps this year when everyone's saying everyone's scared, so it should pump. It's not stopped it. You know, Bitcoin's down like 75% on the year since the top. So let's keep going with that mentality and see how high we go with it. Because every time it fails and every time we dump. So, yeah, does this Mana look like Doge? No. Does Maker look like Doge? No, it doesn't. And until you get above 788 on this, Maker's a joke. It's going to $300. But if you get above 788 and you really do hold, 1,050 is the target. You can go up a lot. It's just about the levels. You're below the key level. I mean, I get it. I can see kind of a bat pattern that is completed here. It has. It really has. I'll plot it, I guess. This thing, though, I hate it below 788. It's like just asking to get nuked to much lower prices when Bitcoin turns around. Look at that. 886, man. There it is. All right, it's interesting. It's holding this local low from June of this year. So I'd say I guess it looks locally like Doge, but everything else is different, right? It made a lower low. It's not making higher lows like Doge. Anyway, so that's it, man. I'm just looking at some coins. Let's look at total real quick. I didn't actually do it when we did the totals. Here's the total. And here you go, man. Buyers defending for now. Are they not? 766 billion. We were live when it was breaking, but guess what? It's not about the breakdown itself. It is about the follow through. The follow through was immediate rejection, immediately right back above 766, but only for a simple bearish back test of 840. What was once support became resistance. And when it became resistance, the buyers relented and the selling took over. But then you come right back down to the next inflection point and buyers defending once again. So just a miniature M shape right here, 886 from the low to the high, 886, engulfing candle still valid. Another engulfing candle, 4 hour here. You just go, is it anything? I don't know. Like if it breaks 860, sure. Until then, it's a joke. But hey, it's not over yet, I guess, right? It's just like you're just hanging on. And then talking about looking left, man, it's just like, what? Pain, death, despair below 766 billion on total market cap. My God. I already did the totals. It's on track. What are you talking about, dude? Totals. I like totals. Do you like totals? We've already done the body bag.
There's bears out here.
We didn't do that one though, so you get it. I'm now charging 5 FTT tokens per totals sound clip or something, right? Just kidding. I could never receive that. I have no ability to receive FTT tokens, thank God. I'll think. has the scam been delisted yet? I mean, like, from everything? Like, why is this still listed, bro? Why are people still able to buy and sell this trash? A known scam. That's like, hey, Enron's still trading, but we all know it's a Ponzi. They're talking about delisting. Well, let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Thought CZ was a man of action. Guess we can switch it and look at the S&P. Binance delisted FTT yesterday, then relisted FTT to BUSD only. Sounds like a cool story, bro. So the stock market, S&P down today, 0.89%. Couldn't really get anything going after the huge run late last week. Still, I mean, you're not at 4,058 yet. You're not, I mean, you're still in a long downtrend, long-term downtrend, despite anything. It's a short squeeze. You were trying to break into the bullish control zone, but you failed. You were doing it, and now you're back neutral, not above 60, below it. And that's not really what you're looking for. You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to fail to break above the bullish control zone and fall right back to neutral. Look what happens. Well, that happens, dude. Don't do it, man. Don't you dare. Be careful here. It's just really hard to trust the markets, man. Like, I get it, though. The weekly's unbelievable. The weekly is just like mouth-watering, but then you just think about the dynamics of the market. It's like, wow, man, look at all this bullish divergence. Look at the 200-week moving average, how it held. Look at that massive, almost engulfing candle last week. It's just, wow, incredible. But then it's like, oh, well, the Federal Reserve, they're trying to curb inflation, so they keep tightening. And they keep raising rates, so they want this thing to go lower. They need more people to be poor, so there's just not enough demand to purchase things, so therefore inflation can go down. That's their thesis. So, I mean, all of them are unreal, right? I mean, like the Dow Jones was craziest, but in fact, you know, on the new day, on the new week, you can clearly see we have some sort of, today it didn't go well. It didn't work out, did it? You have failed to break 33,700, which we know is a massive level. What a candle last week, right? Will this be the reversal? It is about a 90+% retrace, right? Like a 95% retrace from your high to low. It's like that on all of them, we know, right? Oh my goodness, that's not good at all. Okay, so what happened? Can somebody tell me what candle this is? What Japanese candlestick reversal is being identified? And it was as of last week. What is that? This is the wrong place to be painting this. I mean, it's the right place. It makes perfect sense why the candle is being painted where it's being painted. But I'm saying, like, if you are a bull, it's the worst place ever to be painted, because this is exactly where bears would want this pattern to be painted. No, we already have the right answer. A couple people. Bino was correct. Dr. Ganja was correct.
Is that a joint?
Yes, it is a hanging man reversal. Pretty much. You know, give or take the wick, I think it's fine. And the problem is today you caught very real follow through on it. Yeah, you know, intraday, hey man, we're gonna do it. Exit liquidity, and then you rolled over and you closed at your lows of the day. That is, and it's confirmed now. So you have a confirmed hanging man reversal at a key inflection point only after running up how many percentage points from the bottom? 18% rally in a month, in 29 days, and just happens to be where a potential reversal could happen. This pattern is painted, and you caught the fall through today. So you know a gap fills around 32,500. That right there leads me to believe this is where the Dow Jones is trying to reverse. Okay, that's a pretty good argument. And guess what happened? On this run up, you can't even believe it, but there was an open gap right here at 33,700 from August 19th. You gapped down and never filled it until Thursday and Friday. So now the gap is filled and you're beginning to reverse here, so pay attention. Maybe that's what the market participants were doing, just to go fill the gap, the open gap. That's your last open gap for a while. The next open gap's at 36.1. That's the only one that's open, I believe, around here, around these parts. Dang, I didn't even notice that till right now. That's crazy. Okay. Just understand, this is the perfect area in downtrends for assets to reverse. Where? Around the 886. That is the 886, Larry. You got a plethora of stuff happening here. Inflection point, 886, the hanging man. It's a lower high, but it's your deepest retrace. If I was long here, this is an area to be taking profit, hardcore profit taking. 18% in 29 days on an index fund. Wow. All right, just needed to look at that. You understand now, right? This is a perfect area where reversals happen. NASDAQ, well, we have that old original channel. And it looks like the NASDAQ could not break out today, but did formally test it as resistance and sold off. So, also could not break above the bullish control zone 60. But there is no open gap, certainly around 10,355. It's a long way down. Well, yeah, gaps up here too, but again, tech's been getting wrecked. Right, what happened today? Amazon announced they're laying off 10,000 people. I'm telling you, every single day. It's another company. Tomorrow there will be layoffs. We won't know yet until the news breaks, but there's going to be layoffs tomorrow of some company out there that's publicly traded. But yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable, right? I mean, this one's not as good. But dang, man, I mean, like all the divergence. Could look, the 200-week moving average, you broke it, but now you're below it again on the new week. Testing that curve line that goes back to 2009. It's kind of insane. It's absolute insanity. But the Russell 2000 is like the best on the weekly. It's just, it's the potential dragon, but the dragon, you couldn't break out, could you? Down 1.14%. Clearly supply line is intact. No breach. But my God, man, this is like what dreams are made of in normal market conditions. Maybe these aren't normal market conditions, but this would all imply a rally to the upside. More of a rally, but it just hasn't really come yet too much. Held the levels. Type 2, or it's just a double bottom potentially with just continuation of all this divergence above the 200-week moving average and all like just solid. Looks amazing. But the Dow Jones is the most illuminating, I believe. of the 4, as we just witnessed. All the bearish things are happening after a gap fill at a key inflection point and an 88% retrace from the previous high to low. Perfect. Like, if the Dow Jones reverses here, it's going to be like the most respected TA, man, that we've seen, right? I mean, it's just going to be like, it's going to be like Apple reversing at the 886 of this right here. This rally was 20% rally in a couple months, right? But we knew the 886 was here and the supply line was here, and like perfect, it did reverse beautifully. But then put in a bat pattern, and then type 2 returning here, and this one's holding up. It's only down 0.95%, up 0.26% after hours. You got to wonder what's going to happen here. I mean, you've now made a higher low. You've held, the buyers defended a key inflection point from history from 2020 in 2021. I wonder, will this take us to the supply line again of 169? I think you're in a confirmed bear trend until you break above 175. If you go to 169, and you make a lower high, it'll be just another 886 for the previous high, and just another lower high. Right? Remember Tesla? Tesla had a perfect 886. So I'm talking about the Dow Jones. Right? Remember this? The shark? It was textbook. It was perfect. It was unbelievably perfect, man. You can't even make up how perfect it was. 886, right? The insider selling, and now, right? You're holding 181. I'm telling you, man, when this thing breaks, the levee breaks, play the Led Zeppelin song, 115 target probably in time. Way lower to go. Massive distribution going on Tesla. We'll switch it to golds. That has been just doing great. We're thinking 1788 to 1800 would be tested again, but in before maybe an 886, right? A high to low here. 886 is upon you. So talking about if you were taking longs, these are not strategic areas. An 886 confluent with a massive inflection point. That's where a reversal makes all the sense in the world to happen from your previous high to low. You haven't hit the 886 yet. That's what I'm thinking. You're probably going to 1787 to 1800 to test it. Maybe even 1804 to test the 200-day moving average up there too. So this is like the Dow Jones in a lot of ways, where whenever it hits an 886, it's going to be hitting all kinds of stuff that could certainly be resistance where a reversal occurs. So don't get too excited about gold yet because of this rally, because you're not making higher highs than the previous major highs. And your most recent things to develop were the lowest lows, right? Scam. Stuart. That's a scam. Okay? You just pushed a scam. You just shilled for a scam. And clearly you don't make any money because you were too poor to even make the TTS go off with a $3 minimum on that. I mean, how bad does that make your scam coin look when you can't even afford $3 for TTS? You want to be poor like Stuart, go buy that scam. Wow. But just remember that time that that was happening every day with some other loser scam coin. And it was so pain. We had they had telegrams that would raid our stream every day, man. Back during the it was cool, crazy concurrent viewership, a lot of patrons and stuff. Man, the bad stuff too, like just having to repel all these scams, just so sick of it. But now it's just like, wow, you're alone out there, dude. I mean, my God, have you learned nothing from FTX and Crypto.com and Sol? Obviously not. So people like, hey, Stuart Rodney, people like you are the problem with this market. People like you need to leave the market and never come back, and the market would be a much better place. Screw you, dude. Screw you. You're in the same category as that fat, overweight, curly-haired piece of trash they call SBF, scam, bankrupt, fraud. You're in the same category. Shill and trash like that. God, man. Bottom's not in. Thanks for letting us know the bottom's not in, Stuart. Thanks, dude. We know it's not. That loser won't be here when the bottom's put in, okay? You won't be shilling that trash. Okay, silver had a pretty good day. Had its highest daily candle close yesterday. Highest close since June 8th. Not bad. Above the 200-day moving average. Still, though, from the high to low here, 88% retrace stuff. It's great, though. You got back inside the huge channel you had been in. You had been in for a year and a half or whatever. I mean, 2 years, really. I don't know. Yeah. That year and a half. Year and a half range between 21.68 and $30. You finally broke back into that, but let's see what happens here. A pullback here would be healthy. It'd be fine. When you do pull back, all silver has to do is make a higher low than previous lows, and it'll be fine. Okay. Silver. Decent. Commodities. Hey, you gotta really love what's going on with some of these commodities. Most specifically, the orange juice chart. My God, it was brilliant. It was unbelievable. It was the Jesus, man. Can we please get Jesus chimes for orange juice respecting the technical analysis? More than this is what you'd be in a dream. You'd be dreaming, and this would develop, and you're like, we don't know, but dang, man, if these variables develop, I would say the probability is high that we would catch some sort of reaction reversal. So Jesus chimes. We did it, man. We did it. I can't believe I can't find this. No way, dude. Thought I color coded it, but I guess I didn't.
Do you respect it?
There you go. Anyway, and before this just pivots and melts faces off, I mean, this is ridiculous, you know. Going to 191 for a test. Let's see if you can hold that. 191 is just a couple peaks from 2017, 2016. But anything high, whenever you make a higher low than the lows of 165, just that's fine, and you pivot and you run again, you'll eventually see all-time highs. But I just can't. It's just perfect. This is what dreams are made of, and like the stream is just about education in a lot of ways, right? E-learning, and I mean, this is like invaluable education. You know, looking at a completed butterfly at the 1.61812 third peak. On the third peak, you had a continuation of bearish divergence, and that the rule of three, once again, man, you see 3 peaks, 3 valleys, and normally after that third peak or valley, if you're showing other things that line up with it, it's very probable that something's going to happen more significant will happen after that third peak or valley. And that is exactly what happened on orange juice. It's exactly what happened on, and going to switching gears for 10 seconds. Not this one. US 1 year maybe? The 1 year? No, was it the 2 year maybe? I can't remember. One of these yields. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Triple bearish divergence. But the problem is this one hasn't rolled over yet, has it? Nope. Hasn't even rolled over. Just hanging out up 0.18%. Can you believe it, dude? 4.4% still. After all that stuff. After what Brainerd said today. She was like being really, really dovish, and didn't matter. Wow, so strong still. Unbelievable. So bearish. Like, the oscillators are just so much exhaustion, but still somehow making a higher low than the previous low. Like by miracle. How many days since the Hay song? The unironic Hay song. I think we played the Hay song when Luna was going to 0 because we were celebrating, because we hate scammers like Dogecoin. All right, these arrogant losers that they think they're so hot, man. So they're so smart, dude. They're so good, but in the end, they don't know what they're doing. They're just scammers, and it's like, you don't deserve to have that ego. Anyway, all right. So I'm just looking at the rule of three stuff. This seems like it would make all the sense in the world to dump, but it's not dumping yet. Wow. Okay, another one that's right at those levels, right? Those key levels. Another commodity, your steak. It's still right there. The 1618, just a crab pattern, does not at all have the bearish divergence that orange juice had. Does not have that like third peak, cute little structural development up there. Just hanging out at the 1618, not rolling over yet. And so it's very interesting. You think this is where it happened, but like it's not happening. Just, are you bull flagging or something? Rectangling? Pretty weird. So does this just pause before going higher? Or is this exactly where we get a more major pullback for maybe make a higher low and then run again later? You got lumber futures in a lot of trouble. All right, I was scanning, and this thing is on the cusp of a massive bearish breakdown. And I'm talking so massive, it goes back a long, long way. It's the old top of a range. I'll go to the weekly on it so you can see. You're already back below certain parts of it, but just look at this, man. All right, once that breaks, look at the price action below $414 on lumber futures. Right, straight down. Right, you fail, straight down. Look, you failed, straight down. Look at this failure, straight down. Eventually you break it, but now you get like where you are. This goes back to 1972, 1973, the bottom of the range, and then you had the top of the range, and it started, you know, in 1992. All the way to like, you know, 2017 it broke it. But now it's like, it's all over. The crazy party ended on lumber. And if you fall below this, you just think that there's so much downside. Like minimum 274. Lumber futures, better look out. US Oil didn't have a very good day. Nope, not at all. Guess this thing's just screwed, I guess. Hidden divergence on the weekly, the daily little Momo shift. I guess it doesn't mean crap. Like I mean, it's still, look, it's still valid, right? But you still got, this is valid too. The trend is reversed. The trend is, you've made lower highs. You're making lower lows, and now these two highs are lower than this low, and it happens to be like an 80% retrace. And the bearish divergence, and then the bearish engulfing candle confirmed below $87. It's really hard to have confidence now. I don't think like this is real. You might have to go with the bearish stuff and the bearish trend, right? So yeah, man, it's kind of unfortunate, you know. But I guess it's not in the end, because don't we want oil to just keep crashing, right? I think we would, man. I think we would. All right, so if you're below $87, if the bearish engulfing candle is real, then you got a $78 target here, unfortunately, on US oil. It sucks. I know. I get it. It was like kind of like maybe an idea for a low risk trade, but you're just getting so close now. The confidence I have is gone. You should have accelerated and gone to $100 by now, and you didn't. You failed. Now you're rolling over. I hate that. So the downtrend could continue. And
stay warm.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. What the? Dang it. Hot Carl, was that you, man? Hot Carl, thank you, dude. Yeah, man. I don't want to meet cold Carl. Oh, I'm staying warm, man. I got my jacket on, you know. I got my flannel, my plaid on. It's freezing, dude. Crypto winter's here, though. We know. All support's broken. Nothing's changed. Oh, my God. SNX is up 15% all day. Doesn't matter, dude. These scams are so illiquid now. 5 people could move the market like that. I mean, on any of these particular S coins. You just can't. you crashed. Have you not noticed that all supports broke? Everything's being violated. Anything that was bullish on these they're all violated. The violation of the patterns. You're exceeding those pattern completion zones. Most have fallen below support. Some aren't. Some are slightly above supports. But dude, total 3 is all you need to see. We should just start looking at this daily. I gotta make a habit of it. But this is so bad, dude. Guess what? Another day, total 3 below the key inflection point. Another day. In fact, yesterday, what happened? The old should have been support is now resistance, then resistance again. Nothing burger candle. That's a big nothing burger candle. No edge. Not oversold. In fact, you were oversold. And now you've reset the oscillator. So now you're just sitting around 36.75, perfect conditions for lower prices. It's all happening after massive distribution. You can clearly see the lower highs and the kind of a buy wall, and now you're kind of below that buy wall. It's just, if you look left, you understand crypto winter is here. This is very, very bad. Look at the price action straight up and down and up. That's all you've got. So guess what's going to happen? Most likely, you're going to repeat history and go straight down, and no one's going to care. Only the speculators that don't care about traditional technical analysis, that are just holding HODL, hodling S coins. Remember, total 3 excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum, the 2 largest cryptos in the world. This excludes them. So any of your random S coins, if you're holding them, you're about to lose a crap load of value on them. You already have. Like, I know you've already lost all the value, but you can lose more value. You'll see. Full reset. We need an ice age, right? The meteor hit, the damage is being done, scams getting wiped out, but now we need the ice age. We need a whole new existence of crypto to form, and it's not going to happen until we get to $180 billion minimum. Okay. Total 2 is the altcoins market, but this is the S-coin market, right? I mean, you got Ethereum included in total 2. It just excludes Bitcoin. Total 3 is like, take out Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is what you got. Yikes. We got Doge and BNB and Matic, man, and everything else. God. Sorry, dude. Party ended a year ago, and here we are after the party ended. Okay, look at coal futures, or just coal. Very strong here, okay? This is Peabody Energy Corporation, had massive earnings. It was great. They loved it, but you're still not, you tried breaking out, but you can't do it, man. You're actually back testing the levelized resistance today, but up 2.61%. This is gorgeous, man. A long established uptrend. You just gotta think it's way safer than looking at total 3. This is way better. It's almost the inverse of total 3, isn't it? Like, dang, man, this long established downtrend, and then there's like a buy wall here, and it just, every time you're just keeping lower highs, you keep rejecting the 200-day moving average as resistance. You're currently below the 200 moving average. That's like total 3, and it's a long way down, man. Yeah, so BTU, the inverse of S coins right now. Only accumulation, only higher highs, only higher lows. What do you mean winter is coming? Winter is here. The supports have been broken. And at the same time, all the assets just about already lost 90% of their value. That's the scary part, right? You get to these global 886s, previous cycle lows to all-time highs, or the highest highs of the cycle. And you get to these 886s and during the summer in June, and then you do nothing for 5 months. You just consolidate bearishly at them in the end. And then you start breaking those 88 global 886s. Guess what? 95, 100% on deck. 95 to 100% losses globally, meaning previous cycle low to the high. That means you'll be going back to, oh, hey, man, it's the COVID crash, and we haven't V-shaped yet. So winter is here, unfortunately. We sent out the white ravens yesterday. If you haven't received your raven yet, please call up the Citadel. Just send us back a raven. We'll be sure to get you taken care of. Okay. Indeed. Indeed it is cold, Benjamin Cohen. How you doing, man? Good to see you again in these trying, troubling times. But we're going to be okay, man. We're going to be okay. Remember, the strongest plants grow in the harshest conditions. And there are obviously other conditions we can be in, like energy, right? Energy has been unbelievable.
NVTS daily, please. Not much data yet. What do you think about a long if today is a spring that backtests around $4? What you use to set T1 is just too early? Thanks, Mitch.
What's up, M3P? Thanks for the 15 super chat. I don't know, we can look at it. Do you want to... What we should do, though, I want to look at these Michael Burry longs he chose and show you some of them technical. I guess what we can do is we got some requests. We need to probably just get into them, knock them out real quick. All right, so the first request of the stream, since we kind of looked through, you know, the across the markets, not everything, but Veracity. I can't even believe this was a request. Very USD. Oh God, here we go, dude. Oh, is it VRA? I don't understand, because isn't Veracitium VRA? And you're telling me to look at VERI, and the only thing that exists is very VEL longs. Bro, come on, man. You gotta help me out with that. I don't even know. I mean, there's VRA. And this certainly is not rounding at all. It's terrible. Can you please? I'm gonna go to the next one, Untamed. I can't do this. Go to T-Mobile until he says something. And someone, Brad, someone out there, let me know. Okay, T-Mobile's wonderful. Look at this uptrend. It's a beautiful uptrend. Were you asking? Looking kind of good. Tater Tots. Harry Contrarian. It looks good. It's in terms of it's looked good since January. Higher highs, higher lows. But the issue now is you have finally achieved the previous all-time high from July of 2021. And now you have failed. You have failed to breach it. Wow. Remember that time we talked about a hanging man? Here's another one. Here's another it's an evening star reversal right there and a hanging man right there. Both these are up thrusts, back tests of up thrusts. That's actually the worst level ever. I mean, that's where people go short after runs that lasted since January, finally hitting all-time highs and failing, and now there's an unfilled gap. I think you have a 140 target. If you want to become oversold in an uptrend, you're always looking for the demand line, to the bottom trend line. So if you were oversold in the uptrend, it'd be around 137. So looking good. Sure, it's looked good, but you kind of missed it completely, didn't you? You spent 11, going on 11 months now, appreciating in value 40 or 50%. And now you're hitting a key resistance, the key of key, the all-time highs. It did hit all-time highs, but now if you start getting back above 150, let's talk. But I'm just saying, practically for fresh longs, it's not a very good spot, actually. We looked at Doge for Bark. All right, so for the next one for Bryce, this is a chart, SOBTC, the joke dudes. Oh no. All that there is, there's Soul Bitcoin long, dude. Bryce Jones, what am I supposed to do here? Is there a chart on this? Just gonna move on. We're gonna get through NVTS so we can kind of be freed up from the requests, right? Semiconductor actually looks beautiful. It looks, I mean, in ways. Hear me out here. I wish you'd have requested this last week, bro. It's kind of like, it's a little, Actually, look at this. This is pretty gorgeous. I would declare. All right, you have a Gartley, a Bartley, right, with like an 886 Gartley right here. That's wonderful. You said spring
Can you
back
look
test.
at Nano, please? Thanks, concerned, 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 concerned.
Thank you for the concern, Doge, Sophia. Sophia Kipto. Are you in the crypto space? Thank you so much. You're talking about, what is this? What do you think of a spring that back tests around $4? This is all-time lows, right? I mean, there's no spring back test. I think you have a range, right? Price action correlation, straight down and up. You're at a major resistance, it seems like, right? You can clearly see the price was just never able to
Hey Mitchie,
jump above
exchanges
$6.
failing left and right seems to be the norm these days. Real DeFi is where it's at, like Pulse, Dogecoin. I'm thinking about helping Nana double down in the dog. Thoughts?
What's up, Cushbone? Thanks for the 20. We'll look at Post Malone Dogecoin again, of course. Thank you, man. NVTS up 9% roughly today. Taking off after an 886. That's all what you're looking for. You didn't really have much of an edge down here. Kind of. Just barely triple divergence, right? That's okay. But it wasn't at some sort of amazing, ungodly level from history. It just kind of was the M shape and the M shape alone. I'm sure you've got some sort of supply line you might or might not have broken yet. I think you did. Look at that. Yeah, spectacular little breakout. And then a back test maybe. So maybe a type 2 return you might be looking for right around $4 again. But this is a nice little bottom here that's been put in, one low, the second low. And if you break that, then I think you go one at a time, don't you? You're going, if you break 556, it's 766, 833. You ever break that, then you go up to 970 and so on, right? But yeah, this is really nice. And this now should take me to, I know there's a couple requests, but I want to take from this to another chart. This is a Michael Burry long. Oh, dang, man, no way. Huh? We're nearing 10 million views on the channel. That's pretty good. I mean, I know it's a joke compared to most people, but, you know, for us, our niche community, that's pretty cool, man. Nearing 10 million views. Should we do something special? Definitely drinking stream for that, right? Wow. Didn't even notice. Well, let me pull up this Michael Burry chart. It was, oh, Geo. Okay, look at this chart and then look at Geo. This is prisons, right? Look how it started, man. Look how the party started on Geo. It's a REIT, real estate investment trust. This downtrend you were in for since time immemorial, since 2017. Well, you completed a really nice shark. And where was this shark? It just happened to be one of those global 886s, right? From the lowest low from 2000 to the highest high after. All of this is being painted at the 886. So again, an 886 within an 886, value perceived areas. Michael Burry loves 886s, obviously, right? So you're headed to $10, $11. Let's go to the weekly here. Yeah, I mean, that's the target, $10 right there, that peak from 1996. And then 1094 would be these valleys. And when you break that, you're gone, man. You're going to crazy levels. There's hidden bullish divergence going on from the low to the higher low. Look at that hidden divergence. But look, if you're talking about a Michael Burry target, you just go with your Fibonacci, high to low, and you just look at a 38% retrace, 1618. Why not? That's a golden mean ratio, 1618. You go one at a time, 50%, 618. Yeah, those are your targets, right? Or you could just say, fine, $18 would be a long-term target here. Low to high, 88% retrace. Breaking supply line. putting in a higher low for the first effing time since when? When is the last time this asset put in a higher low? Last higher low I see on this chart was maybe in 2014, 2013. This is miraculous. So it's like perfect. This is composite operator territory for longs. And so now we know. So I would say sitting in this long term, Michael Burry, good stuff. If you got some fundamentals behind it, that's wonderful. But you could add the technicals to it to strengthen your argument. All right, let's go to that next request. Let's see. Nano, what the S-Coin Nano or... Because, dude, I thought Nano died. Didn't it? Isn't this like so 2018? Bro, it's been delisted. I mean, are we really going to look at Nano? Do you, Sophia Crypto, are you sure you want Nano that's a crypto, right? Hello? Could you say something? Because, I mean, there is a stock named Nano, so... But all the concerned Doge emojis would lead me to believe she's talking about cryptos, so... And if we're looking at cryptos, it's terrible. Like, nice weekly bearish engulfing candle in your lowest weekly candle close since, like, April of 2020. Miserable chart. Again, I'm waiting for Sophia... Because if you want to look at this just scam joke, I mean, it is a joke. It's like, hey, you see the snowflakes falling? Yeah, that's winter time for Nano. Look at it. Look at this nasty candle. You haven't seen negative momentum on Nano on the weekly since June? Wouldn't you think that, like, they're just probably going to go test 39.8 cents, which means you have tremendous downside potential? And if not, we could look at the wick low at 50 cents. Still a lot of downside. There's nothing here technical that makes any sense for long. So it's terrible. Okay. Terrible. Pulse Malone Doge Coin. God, I've like memorized the ticker so well. Wow, look at that hold. Look how it held, right? It was tested again. It held again. For now, right? And that's okay. That's what we said. We don't know where this thing's going. All we do is we know and identify the levels that are important. And as of yesterday, that level, that key level, the high from May 2nd, 2022 was tested formally for the first time, if you can believe it. It wasn't tested on the 9th. But now it was. And if you hold that and support, that's where it could rally, right? I mean, that's where hidden bullish divergence could be argued. If you start going now, like that's what you don't want to be really going below 48. I don't think below 450 is the cutoff. You're done with PLSD, but if buyers defend this level, this is certainly an area where a continuation could occur. Right, like the best thing probably ever would be something like this, though. This would be legendary if you got some sort of reaction and then a reversal low and went on. That would be the best, because you always want confirmation lows. You want that second low to really give you the confidence to believe the bottom's in. First time no one knows, maybe the second time everyone knows. That would be the Jesus, dude. It'd be wonderful. Okay? Just don't have it yet. It's a little too early. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash, like some third world country made Bitcoin Cash a legal tender, legal currency today. Kind of crazy, dude. I'd never heard of the country, I don't think. Which one was it, dude? Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Bitcoin Cash is legal currency in some third world country as of today. Which one was it? Okay, so that was XNO, Nano XNO, Concern Doge. I got you. Thank you for clarifying. Nano XNO. Good God. Does that mean it's XNO? I don't think I've ever been here in my life. Nope, never been here in my life. I have no memory of this place. This is really, really bad. This is the same thing. It's the same chart. Exact same chart.
RVNC, thanks.
What's up, Jack Savage? Thank you, dude. Did your ancestors ever tell you how they got that last name? Like, what'd they do? Like, bro, that's so savage. If that was my last name, I'd want to know. Okay, so, you've broken, I think, some sort of low from 2019, and yeah, you're at this low from January 2020, but dang, man, if that's not holding, you know, it's like going, you're going to lose half your value. I mean, like right below this level. I mean, I think you've broken the key, because look, what's stronger? I mean, one low, the first time, the initial one, right? And then it correlated here, but then you had 1 and 2 that you found the bottom and it went berserk, right? And that's why I'm thinking that's the level. 67 cents is the support. So where it is now, the downside potential on this asset is still 42%. You have 42% downside on XNO. It broke support, right? Get back above 67 cents and you could go right back up to $1.08, but just not until then. Until then, it's hands off, it's only bearish. Who will make Post Malone Dogecoin coin their national currency? Yeah, great questions. These are the genius questions we've been wondering about forever now, right? Yeah. Ugh, it's cold, man. It's cold. It's freezing. That's why I have my jacket on. Okay, so XNO, I would say you got a slim chance that maybe the January 2020 low holds. It's not even holding really, it's just right at it. I would say you're a lot safer if you get above 67 cents. But dude, it's such a bearish trend. Only lower highs, lower lows forever. And you just broke a key level, I think, and I think you got almost 50% more downside or whatever I said earlier. 34-cent target maybe. Sorry. Okay, RVNC. I guess that's a stock. Yes, it is. Revance Therapeutics. Never been here before either. Wow, talk about eternal range, right? Eternal range bound asset. Where you've got a bottom top. I love it. I love the way it looks, right? It's just like clearly. You know, the time to be requesting this asset was in between November of 2021 and June of 2021, right? But like, God, it hasn't even barely gone up any. But like, all I can do is identify what did develop down at the bottom, right? You can clearly see what happened. It was a bat pattern, a formal bat pattern. Right, hit an 886. It's perfect. 886 confluent with an inflection zone and a type 2 return with some not really much divergence, but you know, it had all the makings of a varsity athlete down here, didn't it? We were on the lower risk end of things. And since then, it had a nice rally, but pulled back. That's okay. If this thing's going to repeat history, it's probably going to go to 40 bucks again. Wouldn't you think? It has been struggling, though. I mean, it made a high in 2015, then made a lower high in 2018, 2017, and then has now made lower highs again in 2020, another lower high in June of 2021, and now another lower. You are only making lower highs right now, so it's not at the great area for fresh long. Always bottom of range, right? Buy low, sell high. That's a range. It's so rudimentary, right? But you got to be able to know that, right? I mean, you can't strategize your risk properly when an asset is in the dead middle of a trading range. You can't. So therefore, you're just gambling. You use traditional technical analysis to manage your risk. You see, do you understand? 3-to-1 reward to risk is very easy to strategize a stop loss below the level you don't want it to be below, and an entry, and take profits because it's way up here. Do you not see? Do you not? I changed the color for the icicles so you could better visualize that there are rules. Quality control over the stream. It's only it's rising 3 methods, by the way. And then it would be 3 rising valleys. Rising 3 methods, 3 rising valleys. The 3 is put in different spots on those 2. But it is a continuation pattern only. It is not a reversal. It is only a continuation. So you get it. I mean, like if you came back to 1454, 1272, that is the lowest risk area for an entry. So I look at RBNC. Now I'm going to pivot and look at another Michael Burry long and show you what could be considered low risk for you to strategize along. And it is QRTEA, Liberty Interactive Corporation. What Michael Burry bought on his latest filing, he bought, he didn't buy today. He bought recently, though, in the past quarter. And you tell me if this isn't some sort of unbelievable, low risk, high reward opportunity area. Are you out there? Can you tell me if this isn't like unbelievable for a potential reversal? Because we just looked at a request that wasn't at a strategic entry level. Now we're looking at one that's not a request, but Michael Burry bought it. And look, right? Buy low, sell high. Well, this is low as F. This is as low as it can get. I mean, you go back to 2008 and the asset saw $1.03. It's at $2 right now. So this is just like, make of this what you will. Michael Burry bought this. He bought it at an awesome area. I would think, right? Don't you? Solid. We've been live an hour and a half now. Dang, dude. I haven't even said it once. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, that sub. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, my God, this thing hit insane oversold territory in July. It hit 16.31. Only rivaled by that lowest low when it went to $1. The bottom of the global financial crisis. But now you know, like, it's up 4.69% because Michael Burry talked about it. But anyone going long here, I mean, this is an investment. This is a position trade. This is no swing trade. This is the weekly chart, okay? This is something that one would buy and they would hold for probably 3 to 6 plus months. Like, you're not getting out of this anytime soon if you longed this here. You're waiting for a while. Bad news, no dividends, but good news, massive upside potential. So there are others. He bought others too. They're incredible. There's one that is more incredible than any of them. If you're a patron, you already know. But the most profoundly bullish asset of the ones he was documented buying, I believe the most bullish one was CXW. Core Civic. This is the most bullish of all of them. Okay, you have a formal bullish back test, a spring back test, February. This is the weekly, so February 2009, the V shape, right? Well, guess what? You fell below that in December of 2020, the COVID crash. But look what's happened. Market participants have sprung you back above that low, and now a formal back test right around Halloween. So you're now back above 950. So we don't know if this is going to play out and run to a minimum target of $26, that's the target, $26 minimum. There's no other major inflection point besides $26. Dude, it's at $11 though. Yes, that means from where it is right now, it has potential for 139% upside on the weekly. All right, but it's not that. It's the fact that you're showing, look at this on the weekly, all this hidden bullish divergence, triple hidden bullish divergence above a support from 2009. But again, it's not even about the cool stuff it's showing. It's about the fact that it's so easy to strategize a stop loss, right? You'd have a stop loss somewhere marginally below the March of 2009 low. Because below that, you know, it's probably going to 81 cents. I don't want anything to do with it. That's my cutoff. Entering wherever, you could have entered today. It's up 2.32%. Again, this is something you'd be holding for 6 months probably, or longer. My God, Another thing that makes this so crazy, look at the monthly. You won't believe the monthly. It is an actual 20-year large bullish shark. 20 years. 22 years, excuse me. Larger than the Ford harmonic we had identified a couple years ago. December of 2000 was the X, or the zero, really. The zero, the X, the A, the B, and the C here for the shark. And that is an 886, pristine 886. And now you're above key support. So, and now look, you're back testing it on the monthly as support. This is, if you don't long here, you don't long anywhere ever on anything. CXW, the king, Michael Burry bought it. This is something that it would be in one's best interest for low risk, high reward to long this. Not financial advice, but mother of God. So good. Okay, so that was like kind of the last one I guess I'm gonna look at today. Looked at some good amount of assets. Hour and a half of stream. I mean, come on, dude. It's like this is not a crazy live price action pump stream, you know. So, guess what I'll do is I'll leave it to y'all. Hopefully you got something out of this stream. Just know where Bitcoin is. The 4 hour is interesting. We'll go back to it real quick so you can see. The 4 hour is interesting. The daily sucks. The weekly sucks. The monthly kind of sucks. But the 4 hour, interesting. At least for now, until things change in 5 minutes. But just saying, November 26, 2020, a valley got put in a rally. Well, that 16,200 was that low. You've broken back above it, and now you've held it. You engulfed a couple times, and you're still above it. So for you, when we fall below 16,200, we're screwed. We're going to $14,000, $13,000 easily. But until we fall below that, hey man, we might rally off this level and squeeze some shorts. But I have no faith at all in 16,200. I'm just telling you, right? All I'm doing, right? I'm like the Weather Channel, dude. But like for Bitcoin and charts and stuff, right? The Weather Channel, it's just telling you that there is a level that one time in history was a support. And I'm just showing you your price action currently that is correlated to that one level, that one time. You're above it. Wow. Break below it, royally screwed. Good luck. Everything's about to lose 50% of its value of the altcoins. Bitcoin will lose 20+%. But until you fall below that, you're fine like a fruit fly. Fine like a fruit fly. That's not very fine, just by the way, in case you didn't know. Okay. Whew. All right. Clear? Yes. Here it is. Here's clear. Did you say deep crab? Yes, deep crab. Notice the red harmonic for crab, because when they're cooked, but it's a deep fried crab. I think that's what Scott Carney was going for, deep fried crabs. But then it would be like a brown, golden brown color, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. A deep fried crab. Anyway, thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll just be back. Pay attention to 16,200 on Bitcoin. Until next time, respect the TA.
those turd nuggets?